Welcome to the battlefield of brains, where strategy meets chaos and every move burns with intensity. Watch Grandmasters clash, mundane pieces fall, and legends rise. Wesley opens with d4, a calm yet commanding step, placing his pawn in the center, like a general planting his flag before the storm. Mauricio replies nf6, a flexible move, testing the waters, eyeing both defense and the chance to strike when the time is right. Wesley advances c4. Now the tension rises, the battlefield expands, and he begins to seize space on the Queenside. Mauricio answers g6. The dragon's breath begins to warm up, readying the bishop for a fiery fianchetto. Wesley develops nc3, 3 moves in, WesleySo, and his knights are dancing with purpose, controlling the heart of the board. Mauricio responds d5. He hits back in classical fashion, claiming the center and declaring war head-on. Wesley calmly plays nf3, solid, flexible, reinforcing d4, while keeping the king side safe for now. Mauricio launches bj7. The dark-squared bishop takes its post, guarding the king and cutting across the board like a sniper. Wesley captures cx5, first real contact. Pawns collide, and the tension of the center explodes. Mauricio recaptures nxd5, knight swings forward, keeping the balance, daring Wesley to push further. Wesley thrusts c4, bold and sharp. He grabs the center with both hands, making his intentions crystal clear. D. Mauricio retreats nc3. He decides to simplify, cutting down the tension, but giving Wesley the bishop pair. Wesley answers bxc3, structure doubled but spirit undaunted, opening the b-file like a hidden highway for rooks. Mauricio plays c5, immediate counterattack. He strikes at the base of Wesley's proud pawn chain. Wesley responds Rabone, an elegant sidestep, putting pressure on b7, already hinting at tactical dreams. Mauricio castles, calm before chaos. The king escapes the center just in time before fire rains down. Wesley develops b2, quiet precision, a setup move before launching the next wave of attacks. Mauricio replies b6, reinforcing his pawn structure, laying bricks for a long positional battle. Wesley castles, both kings safe, and the war drums of the middle game start to beat louder. Mauricio develops bp7, bishop slides out, guarding the long diagonal, like a guardian aiming across the battlefield. Wesley answers qd3. The queen steps forward, eyeing weak spots and hinting at mysterious intentions. Mauricio plays cx4, a flash of steel. He opens the center, challenging Wesley's control. Wesley recaptures cx4. The pawn returns the blow, keeping the central fortress intact. Mauricio develops b6. Bishop jumps out with menace, locking eyes with Wesley's queen. Poor intimidation. Wesley retreats qa3, a graceful dodge, sidestepping the ambush but staying close to the action. Mauricio trades bx2, exchanging bishops to relieve pressure, hoping to calm the flames. Wesley recaptures qx2, smooth and confident. His queen regains the balance of the position. Mauricio pushes and shakes. Knight leaps into the fray, guarding key squares. Full of energy. Wesley advances d5. Now it's war. He storms forward, grabbing space and shoving black's pieces back. Mauricio replies nd4. Counterplay begins. The knight strikes back into enemy territory. Wesley captures nx4, decisive. He removes the intruder, clearing the path for his rooks. Mauricio recaptures bxt4. The bishop slides in, ready to anchor the position and hold the line. Wesley plays r-done. Rook joins the party, locking sights on the d-file. Heavy artillery incoming. Mauricio responds bj7, a quiet regroup, preparing his bishop for defense and counterfire. Wesley develops ba3. What a move! He targets the rook on fate, slicing through the dark squares with style. Mauricio calmly plays b5, a flexible defense, guarding both flanks like a fencer's parry. Wesley brings rb-con, doubling pressure on the c-file. The storm clouds gather thick and heavy. Mauricio answers keeps even7, connecting rooks and bracing for impact. The storm is about to break. Wesley continues rg6. The rook climbs the 6th rank, a fearless intruder ready to explode into black's camp. Mauricio defends with rf8. The counter rook steps up. Steel meeting steel. Both sides staring each other down. Wesley shifts qc2. The queen aligns perfectly behind her rook, doubling the cannons and eyeing destruction down the c-file. Mauricio plays a6. The wall rises, a solid shield. But every wall hides cracks, waiting to break. Wesley advances g3, a quiet but deadly prep move, creating a safe nest for the king, and prepping a dark square storm. Mauricio answers x5. The center opens again. A new wave of tension rolling through the board. Wesley recaptures x5. His pawn strikes back, refusing to yield even an inch of control. Mauricio pushes h5, a wild pawn thrust on the king side. Pure chaos energy from Mauricio. Wesley responds re1, bringing his rook into battle, connecting forces and tightening the siege. Mauricio counters re8. The rook steps in to challenge, holding his fragile fortress together. Wesley advances dix. Thunder cracks. A passed pawn appears, racing toward glory and promotion. Mauricio defends with reset, doubling rooks to hold the front line. Desperate but determined. Wesley lifts rc7. The rook infiltrates deep into enemy territory, like a spy behind enemy lines. Mauricio counters rxs7. He chops it down, not letting Wesley's intruder live another move. Wesley recaptures dx7, but the pawn turns monstrous, now one step away from becoming a queen. Mauricio captures qxf7. The queen swoops down, extinguishing the flame before it burns him alive. Wesley fires k4, laser-focused on weak dark squares and tactical threats brewing everywhere. Mauricio plays re8, calm and solid, keeping his defenses tight while holding his breath. Wesley drops bb2. The long diagonal awakens again, his bishop roaring to life like an ancient dragon. Mauricio trades bxbd2. He slays the dragon. But every victory costs him precious time. Wesley recaptures qc8, a shocking queen check, turning defense into offense in a heartbeat. Mauricio steps kg7. His king runs to safety, sweating under the burning spotlight. Wesley continues re7. The rook enters the 7th rank. Chaos unleashed. Black's camp trembling. Mauricio answers q-coneo. He checks desperately, trying to claw back control amid the storm. Wesley calmly plays kg2. The king sidesteps, cool as ice. Nothing rattles him now. Mauricio swings qc4, still searching for counterplay, hoping to harass white's pawns. Wesley captures ax7. Another victim falls. The a7 pawn vanishes, and white's advantage grows fatter. Mauricio strikes qd5, a sharp jab, trying to stir panic and confusion. Wesley blocks f3, a firm wall of defense, cutting off the queen's tricks and showing steel nerves. Mauricio checks qc4. He's out of ideas, repeating moves to buy time and pray for a miracle. Wesley slides k4, shifting his queen, keeping total control, tightening the noose. Mauricio pushes b5, a last-ditch counterattack, throwing a pawn forward in hope more than reason. Wesley captures rxb5, rook answers instantly, crushing that hope without mercy. Mauricio defends kg7, back to defense, but his position is crumbling under the white avalanche. Wesley centralizes rd5, pure domination, every piece in harmony. Ready for the final strike. Mauricio checks q6, a fragile attempt to complicate, but too little, too late. Wesley replies ic5, rook blocks perfectly, turning defense into counter-pressure, but Mauricio counters qa3. His queen keeps moving like a trapped bird, searching for light, iyong. Wesley lifts rc7. The rook returns to the 7th rank. A nightmare, repeating itself for Mauricio. Mauricio plays kg6. The king steps forward into danger's embrace, hoping to escape through fire. Wesley answers q-coneo. The queen realigns, hunting lanes and preparing the finishing touch. Mauricio pushes h4, the last pawn surge, desperate and lonely, trying to distract the inevitable. Wesley reacts gxf4, clean execution. No mercy, removing the final illusion of counterplay. Mauricio develops bf6. His bishop clings to life, but its days are numbered. Wesley calmly moves qd5, setting traps everywhere. Every square burns under white's control. Mauricio tries qa8. The queen retreats, clinging to survival with trembling hands. Wesley checks QC4, pressing the king deeper into the corner. Precision, without pity. Mauricio answers b5, the final pawn move. Hopeless, but defiant to the end. Wesley sees it with q-cone. Checkmate is unstoppable. And Mauricio resigns, as Wesley stands victorious. His strategy flawless from start to finish. I'll end the video here. Please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll keep finding the best and newest videos to share with you. Thank you so much. And I wish you all happiness and good health.